Okay, today I'm going to show you how to set up an IP address manually for Backtrack for beginners. Okay, as you can see, I've already done it once, but what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually reboot, and then I will show you how it starts without the IP. Okay, and the network interface connected. Okay, here we go. So reboot. Okay, I'll just pause it whilst we wait for it to reboot, and then we'll come back. Okay, here we are back in Backtrack, and we'll start up a terminal. So here we go. If config, as you can see, there's no network card up or anything enabled. So what we do is we first of all we need to obtain our IP default gateway and DNS server, and how we do that is by going into Windows command prompt, and we type ipconfig, and there we go up to the top, right, and this is what we're looking for this here. Okay, we need these three addresses here. So if you go ahead and make a note of those, okay, I will just close out of this now. Okay, then now what we need to do is we need to get Backtrack to enable the Ethernet card that we've got, and also to configure it. Also, I'd like to mention now, also make sure that when you've set up your network card that you've also got it bridged adapter, because if you don't have it set as bridged adapter, what happens is you get an IP address 10.0.2.15, and no matter how many virtual machines you have running, they will all have the same IP address, which defeats the whole object of being able to run tests on each PC. Okay, so just bear that in mind. Okay, so we'll go back over to the KDE shell. Alright, and here we go. So first off, what we need to do is we need to type ipconfig e4 up. Okay, and then if we just check that has come up, that we have enabled it. So ipconfig a, there we go. As you can see, it's come up, but we don't have any IP address or network IPs associated to it. Okay, so back to it now. Okay, so now we need to type just if config, and then we need to put in E40 so that we configure that network card, and then we just put our IP address in that we want to put in, /24. That's important that you put the /24 at the back of it, I've found. Well, it is more so on the GNOME version, maybe not so much on KDE, but I haven't played enough to find out, so I found that that's really important on a GNOME version. Okay, so and then just hit return, and then what we need to do is root the add the gateway. So what we do is root add default gateway 192.168.1.254. Hang on, I have spelled, no I haven't. Okay, and we hit return. Okay, and now what we need to do is we need to edit the resolve.config file. So what we do now is we just type echo, and then we type name server, and then we just put in the IP address for that name server. Okay, then backspace and then X, resolve.conf. Okay, hit enter. Okay, now that should be up and running. So how we find out is we just type if config.a, and there we go. We've done it. We have it up and running. Okay, and if we just want to test that, okay, so now we'll go ping 192.168.1.71. Okay, there we go, we're pinging that. So we'll just come out of that, and then we'll ping Google. there we go, we're also pinging on the internet now. Yeah, there we go. We'll just come out of that, and that's it. I'd just like to point out that if you actually, when you install Backtrack5, when you've actually set the demo, when you come to the splash screen and you get to select what you want, text only or hidden, depending on what you boot up into and click on install, that is a default. So if you actually try it out with network enabled, when you actually click install Backtrack, it will install it with the network already enabled. But obviously that defeats the whole object. If you want them to learn how to set up networks and obviously test them and attack them, you want to be able to do that yourself and run these commands promptly. At least that's what I've been told in the books that I'm studying at the moment anyways. So just bear that in mind when you actually do try, when you come to install it, that they actually do try it with in stealth mode. Okay, and I hope you've enjoyed this. It's my first tutorial, so there we go. Goodbye.